After its recent beta, we are 100% sure Marvel Tōkon Fighting Souls is set to be the next big fighter. The game, like Dragon Ball FighterZ before it, features an auto-combo system that is explained to you alongside various other mechanics such as assists, supers and more. Tōkon is mechanically dense. Not only does it require inputs to be on point as any fighter does, but the level of skill expression available is tremendous. From the moment you start throwing out combos, it is readily apparent that this game has a sky-high skill ceiling. Each character, beyond being simply zoners, rushdown etc., had their own gimmick that opened up even more avenues of play. Star-Lord, in our opinion, was the best example of this thanks to a rest hand mechanic that offered phenomenal combo potential, and it was hardly surprising to see so many people playing him online. But he was far from the only character with such a gimmick. Doctor Doom has his teleports and shields, which, combined with assists, make him a fantastic mix-up character with demanding combos that are rewarded with big damage. Though we're sure we weren't the only ones being harassed by Miss Marvel and her lows over and over again either. The roster feels very well balanced too. Certainly there were a couple of characters that felt stronger than others, hello again Star-Lord, but every character felt viable, in part thanks to their various niches. This may be because the beta roster was so small, and with more characters, balancing naturally becomes more difficult. Though as long as we don't reach FighterZ levels of roster size wherein about half the roster isn't worth touching, we have high hopes for Tōkon remaining balanced. The game is, in theory, a tag fighter, but interestingly, it doesn't always play that way in practice. Unlike in FighterZ, your characters all share one health bar, so whether you use one character or all four, you have the same HP to lose. This leads to an interesting style of play, where with no real benefit to tagging out as in other tag fighters, it is often in your best interest to pick a main and stick to it, choosing your remaining characters based on how well their assists support you. It adds a level of specialization that typically isn't available in tag fighters. If you're a zoner, you can handily main Iron Man and really hone your skills with him. On the flip side, if players gravitate towards this style of play, that perhaps opens up more mix-up potential if they like to switch between multiple characters, keeping opponents guessing with regards to who they could swap to next. There certainly could be more incentive to tag beyond simply a bit more mix-up potential, but for the moment, it's a mechanic that really sets Tōkon apart from even Arxis' other titles. Mind games are just as important as mechanics, and more freedom to express yourself via your playstyle is just as crucial. But beyond the fundamentals, we haven't even mentioned the presentation, which in true Arc Systems work style is phenomenal. Even from a gameplay standpoint, the exceedingly clean art style makes it surprisingly easy to parse the action, even when multiple assists are flying. If you played the beta yourself, you certainly don't need us to tell you how good this game is shaping up to be. If it released tomorrow, we're sure it would be a success.